can see, he has a little bit of, on the left side, a little bit, go back down, of tendency to want to roll out to the side there. Yeah, just a little bit. It's not crazy. All right, so this technique is technique number 18. So in order to work on this, we'll employ a mobilization with movement. I like a seated heel raise because it's a good way of developing like a good neuromuscular pattern without having a lot of stress. In order to, what's happening is as he goes this way, just bear with me, his calcaneal cuboid joint is not rotating around the longitudinal metatarsal joint enough to come back into the center. All right. So we're going to facilitate that by taking his cuboid, not just the dorsal end of it, but the dorsal end of it right next to the navicular, and rotating it around while he does that movement. All right? So I will find it, which is between the lateral malleolus and the cuboid. That's the lateral malleolus and the fifth metatarsal. That's the cuboid smack in the center, but that's the flat middle of the cuboid. We don't care about that. We want to get to the very edge, which doesn't feel that comfortable. And if you have a foot, then you'll be able to assess that. And then as you go up, go into a little heel raise. I'm going to just help it move around. All right? I'm going to help it going all the way to the top. Let's move your foot a little bit. Go ahead. Most likely, this does not feel too comfortable for most people who would be lacking this motion. But by the time you're done 3 or 4, you'll start to feel that it actually starts to turn, and at that point, it will also not hurt you. Right now, it feels better.
Are you pushing inferiorly?
I'm pushing medial and inferior because I'm trying to spin the cuboid. So you have to get on one end of it. You can't be in the middle of the cuboid. So that's kind of good. And then in the case, one of the things that might lead you to keep toeing off to the lateral side is the lack of ability to go and dorsiflex over the first 17, right? So if you can't ask the longitudinal metatarsal joint to rotate if this joint is not going to allow you to dorsiflex. So you may also have to restore that, in which case we'll do the same thing. And I'm going to be on the metatarsal head with my finger and thumb, so I'm kind of holding in a vise. I'm going to push it back at a 45-degree angle towards the back of the foot. Go ahead. And he's not limited, but in case he were limited, in this dorsiflexion, we'll make sure you have that. So again,
You do it two at the same time?
oh, you could. I
With
wasn't.
the other hand, like right now, you could turn it. No. There's a cuboid, and then.
I don't typically do that, but I guess you could if you were ambidextrous. So stand up. Go up on your tippy toes. And we'll see, does he have that ability to come back around at the end? Whoops. Maybe not. He might be a little weak in certain muscle. All right, go ahead and try those, and then make sure you switch. That should be perfect.